Dak only accounted for 11 yards on third downs, while in Philly, Carson Wentz didn't fare any better. His Eagles lost their opener as well, and Wentz was picked off twice and sacked a career-high 8 times. Ouch. Acho, who's under more pressure to bounce back Sunday? Dak, Wentz.
For me, man, Dak Prescott. It's Dak Prescott because, like, once again, Marcellus, I'm a hammer this equation home until people understand it. That expectations and that reality, that equals disappointment. Okay. The expectations for Dak Prescott are sky high. They're sky high, number one, because Dak Prescott's built them for himself. Dak Prescott's the one who wants to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And if he doesn't, at least the world has made Dak Prescott out to be. Number two, Jerry Jones came out and said, this is arguably the best offense he's ever had as a team. Number three, Dak Prescott came out and said, between CD, between Gallup, between Amari Cooper, plus Zeke, this offense shouldn't be stopped. But then you go out in the first game against the Rams, and you get outplayed by Jared Goff statistically. You let Jared Goff account for more yards than you through the air. Y'all let Jared Goff account for more, you got the Rams account for more yards than y'all on the ground. So Dak Prescott has a whole lot more at stake. But also remember, Dak Prescott hasn't earned his money yet. He ain't earned that moolah just yet. He got tagged, you're it. But that tag is only good for that one season. Carson Wentz at least has also earned his money. So Carson Wentz has a little more insulation. But lastly, think about Dak Prescott. They don't have too many excuses. Sure, La'el Collins was out, that's starting right tackle. But outside of that, this last game, you had all your big dogs. You had all your big dogs. And you know what they say, big dogs gotta eat. Big dogs gotta eat. Eagles, on the other hand, starting right tackle, out. Starting right guard, Brandon Brooks, out. Starting left tackle, shouldn't even be on the team, and Jason Peters, they didn't even want to re-sign him, future Hall of Famer, but right now they hadn't seen that Hall of Fame level of play, so he wasn't even supposed to be on the team. He had to go beg general manager Howie Roseman for a raise just to play the position. So Carson Wentz is, again, playing with less than Dak Prescott is. That's why Dak Prescott has significantly more pressure to bounce back. But lastly, and you know this better than I because you always bring this up. Acho, did you ever play for the Cowboys? You don't know that pressure.
America's team.
You don't know that pressure. That's what you always tell me.
Right.
The pressure comes by wearing the star. Dak Prescott, he feels that pressure. It's on him.
Wow, that was a mail-in take right there. Full of contradictions as well. I know last night was rough on me. I didn't know it was rough on you, too. You didn't prepare, big dog. You talked yourself right into it, right out the same conversation. You know this pressure is on Carson Wentz more so because Carson Wentz has now entered a new lane in our own mind. A new narrative has been created by Carson Wentz. We always said Carson Wentz is great on the football field, yes, but sometimes he gets injured. Oh, you're right. And that was it. What? Is there a new column? Is there a new category? Is there a new way to perceive who Carson Wentz is, which is maybe he ain't that good? Articles out of Philly, left and right, saying this is the make or break year for Carson Wentz because of that money. You talk about the money, and you say it like it's insulation, when really it's expectation.
That's fair.
You're getting $32 million a year, and it's on the books. We need you to ball out. First, ball out. Second, finish the season. Not just have one completion in January in your entire career. And you're going to try and contrast that against what Dak Prescott did, which was just in week one. We're using these two against each other. Outplayed Carson Wentz. They both got the L, but he outplayed Carson Wentz in that situation. He did. On top of this, the continuity has to be played into this conversation.
Okay.
When you are Carson Wentz and it's abbreviated offseason, no preseason, Zoom coming into the season, all right, I know the playbook. All right, I know my coaching staff. Let's roll. When you're Dak Prescott and you don't even get to see your coach until August, you got to build a football field in your own backyard just to get some run. New offense in terms of you integrating with the head coach, even though you got the same offensive coordinator. A lot of moving parts for Dak Prescott, who still outperformed Carson Wentz, who is now being looked at a little differently than he was before.
Let's look at things differently then, because most shows don't have two former athletes hosting it, so we can keep it 100 with the audience. We're going to get to that later. Think about this. When you're sitting in the locker room, Marcellus, when you're sitting at your locker and you checking the games out, and you're like, oh, they lost to so-and-so?
Yeah.
Oh, they beat so-and-so?
Oh,
Think about this. You know the transitive property. If A is greater than B, and B is greater than C, then A is greater than C. If the Eagles now go beat the Rams, after the Rams beat the Cowboys, see if A, no, we're going to say E. If E for the Eagles is greater than R, the Rams, and the Rams, the R, is greater than C, the Cowboys, then people are at least going to start looking and say, man, maybe E, the Eagles, are greater than C, the Cowboys. People are going to start looking and say, okay, they've played similar opponents. Let's throw week 1 out the hat. Let's do that.
Of course you would like to do that because that's reality.
I'm saying that's what people will do. They'll say, okay, Dak didn't play great week 1. Wentz didn't play great week 1. Let's now assess week 2. If the Eagles go out and beat the same team that just beat the Cowboys, it's going to be some eyebrows being raised. But also keep this in mind, bro.
I'm listening,
week
brother.
3. The Eagles play the Bengals. Go ahead. You already looked at the schedule. That's a win.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys play the Seahawks. So if the Cowboys lose this week, you already know that game 3, that's probably going to be an L in Seattle. So it's a whole lot of pressure for Dak because he realizes, man, if I don't get this one right, that next one's not getting any easier against Russell Wilson, against Jamal Adams, against Bobby Wagner. My schedule ain't getting no easier no time soon. So they realize, man, it's a whole lot of pressure to win this one because it's not going to get easier for the Cowboys the next week.
I know who you are. I'm going to call you Tattoo. You know who Tattoo is?
Who's Tattoo?
It was a show. It's probably too old for you. You ever heard of Fantasy Island?
I heard of Fantasy Island.
Tattoo, little dude right there. That's you, Fantasy Island. You love a what-if scenario. You hate reality. I'm not going to go week 2, week 3, week 4. Big dog, you know what's going to happen. Let's use week 1.
Okay.
You no, you didn't beat Washington. You didn't beat the Rams. Which one feels better when you walk in that locker room? You lost by 3 to the Rams or you lost to the Washington team? Thank you. My point is, you already setting yourself up to losing to the Washington team? Be careful, Carson Wentz. You already introduced a new narrative that you're not going to play well, which we've never seen really from you, Carson Wentz. Be careful. But let me bring it to you like you know how we felt it in the locker room.
Talk to me.
And since we are 2 former athletes hosting the show, the only ones doing that, let's keep it 100. I don't know if you ever had this conversation, because according to your brother Sam, you never got paid in the league. That's what Sam said.
I did.
That's what he said.
Yeah, y'all can check. Y'all can go sports track. I ain't get paid in the league. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
But your boy over here, let the suits tell you, got a couple of times. Hit him in the head. You know what happened every time I hit him in the head?
What happened?
Veterans will come up to you, big dog. Hey, big. Hey, that's real. Congratulations. Don't spend it all in one place. But remember, as soon as they give you that money, they upstairs already trying to figure out how to get that money back. I heard that every single time. If you're Carson Wentz,